Hustle without the rest or know the measure? I choose both, and today I'll explain you why. At first glance, the option number one can lead you to any result, but here you need to be careful. If you devote yourself entirely to work, you should know about dangers waiting for you on the way. I have a life story for you and will share 3 ideas about work and life balance. I want to tell you how I stopped working in Web3 companies because of the burning out. As you know, I've been in the crypto space for quite a long time. And when I was offered to join my first company, I was on the rise. I was involved in department and product development. I was closing high-ticket deals, a lot of activities. That was amazing. I worked very hard and spent much more time with my team in the office than with my lady or with myself. Often I had some calls in the night when I was waking up at 3 or 4 a.m. and was connecting to the meeting. Usually I also was working on the weekend for 5 to 6 hours, I guess. And I was trying to do this before my girlfriend wakes up. It was awesome. I was doing what I really loved. My job, it developed me a lot. My company and team gave me too much, and I'm very grateful for this. So I repaid them with the same coin. But at some point, I wanted to have a break. However, I couldn't because of the conflict of interest. On the one hand, I wanted to relax, but on the other one, I expected more results. Yes, I continued to work without any pauses. And now I'm not sure whether it was the right decision or not. Maybe if I knew how to take break, I would remain active for a longer period of time. But now I only have a fact: I burnt out. After that 2 years of intensive, I wanted to have some vacation to recover and continue on my way. And so I thought, okay, if I take a little of rest, what about my results? Will they be better or worse? Yes, I would move a bit slower, but perhaps the efficiency would be even higher. What if it can increase the outcome of each hour and of course not to burn out? I think the middle was needed here. You know, sometimes it's just better to remove your leg from the gas in order to let the engine cool down. To be honest, now I'm still working 12 to 14 hours a day, and I'm not sure if it's right. Old habits are quite difficult to change, I know that. But we all have to do this in order to become better. I'm working on adding a bit more rest in my life and staying on track. And I'm sure that everything will work out. Matter of desire and time. Now let's get closer to 3 ideas on the topic of work-life balance. Let's start. Number 1. Listen to yourself and keep a record of your condition. You have to check your inner tone and constantly analyze what's happening here in your mind if you want to succeed. If you think this is the nonsense and only the result is important, you just haven't gone through the way that I have. Almost everything you do, be that business development, YouTube channel or investment, it's a long-term game. In 99% of cases, expecting to have a quick result, it's a false strategy, it will disappoint you. You almost always need a systematic approach and long-term involvement. You must analyze and feel your inner tone, the very thing that keeps you going. Working 15 hours a day without days off, you overload your body and become mentally tired. If you work only 3 hours a day, you are not engaged enough and most likely won't see the result. You need to find a balance and constantly listen to your inner voice, which knows everything about you. Maybe it will tell you that something is not going according to the plan. So your goal is not to lose this balance. One thing is the result of the work and another is your internal state. And yes, I also was thinking that it's only an excuse for people who just don't want to devote themselves to the process. But then I realized this is not, although many lazy people can hide behind it. So there's a different meaning. There is a simple analogy. Imagine 2 cars staying on the endless road. You sit down for the first, your friend for the second. Whoever goes further wins. The race is on. You move forward, keeping an eye on the dashboard and from time to time removing your leg from the gas pedal. And your friend seems to have forgotten about it. He's already far ahead, but you know how it works and you just keep following your strategy. So everything is going according to your plan. In an hour you will overtake your friend. Do you know why? Because his engine is just burnt out. Any car also needs a rest. And now that advantage at the very beginning, it doesn't seem cool anymore. Much more often, the tasks go further, not faster, remember about it. I advise once a week just sit down, take a piece of paper and analyze what exactly do you feel. It will allow you not to let yourself down. Keep a record on your condition to make sure that everything is fine and your engine is not overheated. Just tell yourself frankly about your feelings. It will be useful. Second idea. If you feel that you are breaking yourself, stop and think, is it necessary? Do you know that state when you decided to make something but somewhere deep inside you are not sure? You think, this is probably right, but you are stepping over or even harming yourself. When this happens, you always need to ask yourself one important question. Am I destroying the part of myself by doing that? Often your intuition warns of the mistake that you are about to make. It has an access to what we can't analyze or even are unable to see. If you stepping over yourself, hustling and forgetting to rest, you may have this feeling. The feeling that something is wrong. Stop and think about the consequences. Who knows, maybe you already pressed the gas pedal and don't want to let it go. So be prepared for the burnout. It's always better to find the balance and keep in mind the second side of the coin. You're not the robot, you have your life. Balance is what it takes to keep you productive for a long period of time. Third idea. Maybe sometimes you should feel how is it to burn out. Quite a controversial point, but I believe it can be useful for many of you. It's about personal experience. All the things are known in comparison. And here you can compare two of your states. The first is when you have a lot of charge, and the second one when it's over and you have to pick you up piece by piece. I agree, burning out you will feel very bad. You will not want to do anything, all your power, it will fly away from you. But in fact, that's what experience is. We find ourselves in different situations and then we can compare them. You definitely understand this, don't you? Experience is the ability to compare one thing with another. How can you understand this if you don't have any idea what does the person who was working hard and then dropped out, what he feels? It will be a painful stage, but once you finish it, you'll do your best not to go back. And obviously, you'll maintain your state in balance, not to fall in abyss again. It can be adapted to anything. In order to understand what's pain, you have to feel it. There is no another way. Next time you just won't do what hurts you. You already know about the consequences. And there are some situations when the first experience is painful, but the more repetition you do, the better is the result. For example, in business, usually the first attempt won't let you to the goal. However, it doesn't mean you should stop. Here it's important to understand why you're doing certain actions and which result do you expect to get. But in terms of burning out, yes, sometimes it's something that's worth to do. And the sooner the better. The butterfly effect and the low cost of making mistakes in the early stage of your development, they'll pay off. These three thoughts have been in my head for quite a long time. And now I'm happy that I have the opportunity to share them with you. I hope they'll push you to new achievements and make your life at least a bit better. Guys, thank you so much for watching my content. I highly appreciate it. So if you like this video, give me a like. If you don't, give me a dislike. Follow my YouTube channel and see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much.